After high school, I started working in HVAC until 2008 when I got laid off and decided I never want to do HVAC again and got a job at a music store. And eventually that store asked me to run their shop, and worked there running the shop for about 5 or 6 years and decided it's time to go on my own. And now I'm doing it out of the house. It all started when I got my first bass right before high school when I was 11 or 12, which was a hand-me-down from my cousin that I got for Christmas. I fell in love with playing bass, started taking lessons, and by freshman year I was playing in bands. I could never afford to get any of my instruments worked on or set up, so I started doing it myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My favorite guitar is getting the refret today. It was a Telecaster, an American Deluxe Fender Telecaster that I purchased new in 2006. Pretty much the second I picked it up and put it in my hands, I knew I was going home with it. Ever since I bought that guitar, that has been on, every recording. I've played pretty much every show since then with that guitar. And my favorite thing to do is to perform in front of people. It's the one place I really feel free. And just getting the crowd going and jumping around on stage playing my own songs and seeing people in the crowd singing along there is no better feeling than that. I treat every guitar that comes through the door as if it were my own. When the customer first brings it in, I will thoroughly go through it, diagnosing what's wrong with it and let them know what I can do to make it play the best that it can. My main goal when giving a finished repair back to a customer is that they pick it up and it plays better than it ever has. And I'm a perfectionist. I go through everything with a fine-tooth comb and just make sure everything is perfect. So I've spent a lot of money on tools in this shop, but there's one that's my favorite. This simple adjustable wrench, which, if you look carefully, has engraved Steve Voytek, which was my grandfather's. I don't know how old it is or when he got it, but I got it after he passed, and I use this tool all the time, every single day, and it's just reminds me of my grandfather, and it is the best tool in the shop. Do like using local woods when I got some local ash and walnut that I prefer to use that stuff that hasn't been shipped across the globe. Any parts that can be fixed, I try to fix them before just replacing them, and try to stay away from the China crap.